Good morning. Welcome to video lectures organized by SSMRB College, an ISR initiative. SSMRB College, one of the premier institutes run by the prestigious RV Group of institutions, have come up with a unique initiative to engage the students at the time of these unforeseen medical emergency caused by corona outbreak. As a socially responsible institution, we would like to connect academically with the students to make good the losses caused. In this connection, I, Dr. Ambika, working for the Department of Computer Applications, has posted a video on the subject Operation Research and the topic Solving Problems Using a Graphical Method in Game Theory. Please watch the video till the end and like, share with your peer groups and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. Consider the payoff matrix of player A as shown below and solve it optimally using a graphical method. First, we start by labeling the rows as A1 onwards and a column as B1 onwards. We find the minimum element of each row and insert the same in the row minimum. So, if at all you see A1 row, minus 6 is the minimum element and you have inserted minus 6 in the row minimum column. And in the A2 row, minus 9 is the minimum element and you have inserted minus 9 in the row minimum column. You find the maximum of every column and insert the same in the column maximum row. So in the B1, 3 is the maximum element, B2, 2 is the maximum element, B3, 7 is the maximum element, B4, 4 is the maximum element, B5, 8 is the maximum element. We find the maximum in row minimum and label it as maximin. So here it is minus 6 is labeled as maximin. You find the lowest element of the column maximum and label it as minimax. In this, 2 is the minimax element. As we are unable to find the saddle point in the table, that is because saddle point a condition tells that minimax is equal to maximin. As we are unable to find it, we need to apply the dominance property. First, we need to add the respective row elements of the column and insert it in the summation row. If at all you consider B1 column, you will have to summate minus 4 plus 3, which will lead to minus 1. B2, 2 minus 9, which will lead to minus 7. B3 column, 5 plus 7 will lead to 12. B4 minus 6 plus 4, which will lead to minus 2. In B5 column, 6 plus 8, which will lead to 14. After finding the summation entries, we find the highest value of the summation row. So here it would be 14. According to the dominance property, the column that contains the highest summation has to be compared with other column entries. That is, we will be comparing the respective individual column elements that contains the highest summation value with other elements in the respective row. As here the highest value is 14, which is stored in B5 column, we will be comparing 6 with minus 4 and 8 with 3. As 6 is greater than minus 4 and 8 is greater than 3, we rule out B5 column. We next choose the next highest value. That is, in this table, 12 would be the highest value which is stored in B3 column. Then we make a comparison with the other column entries. So over here B3 is compared with B1 column. That is, 5 is compared with minus 4 and 7 is compared with 3. As 5 is greater than minus 4 and 7 is greater than 3, we will have to rule out B3 column. Similarly, the procedure is continued till all the columns are compared with each other. As the entries does not satisfy the dominance property, we stop at this. That is, the next highest value is -1. When we compare this with the elements of B2 and B4 column, dominance property will not be satisfied. Next would be, we represent the first row by an unknown variable x and the second row, that is a2, by 1 minus x. So we arrive at three equations, that is minus 7x plus 3, 11x minus 9 and minus 10x plus 4. We insert x equals 0 and x equals 1 into three equations obtained to arrive at A's expected gain values. So when B1 is minus 7x plus 3, you will get the value of A to be 3 and minus 4. When B2 is 11x minus 9, we get A to be minus 9 and 2, and when B4 is minus 10x plus 4, we will be arriving A to be 4 and minus 6. Using the A's expected gain, we plot the graph. We choose an A intersection that covers all the areas of the equation and label it as max/min. The two intersecting lines are chosen for the next procedure. We find the oddments, that is absolute value of row or a column wise elements, and insert it into the adjacent row or column. So over here, if at all you consider the row A2, you have the elements as minus 9 and 4. Minus 9 and 4, you find the difference between the two, that is minus 9 and minus 4. You will be arriving at minus 13. Minus 13 absolute value is found, that is 13, and inserted into A1 oddments column. We find the probability of the respective columns and rows by dividing the respective oddments by the summation of oddments. So if at all I considered A1 row, 13 would be the oddment value. 13 is divided by 13 plus 8. That is, we arrive at the solution 13 divided by 21. Next, you need to find the value of the game. Value of the game is found utilizing the formula addition of the column or the row elements into the respective oddments divided by addition of the respective oddments. So here we have utilized V is equal to A11 into A13 plus A22 into A23 divided by A13 plus A23. So we arrive at the value of minus 46 divided by 21. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.